Yo, yo, Tony D back. Got the brown bag. You know what that means. Today was an awesome day. Love going to my local comic shop, splitting up time between them and mycomicshop.com. I do both. Starting to give more love to the local comic shop. It's important. Sometimes I fill in issues on mycomicshop.com. Also, I do pre-orders, which I am slowly decreasing and getting at the shop. And a big part of that is shipping and handling. And, you know, I found Speeding Bullet Comics here in Oklahoma, and it's just been great. They have converted me to be a little more social. Your boy's kind of antisocial, but saw Matt today, saw Rachel. Always great seeing them too. Matt is my dealer, my comic crack dealer. He got me hooked on Hyde Street. Totally love it. Check it out. And today I was like, today's a random day. You know what I mean? It's one of those, I go in, I'm going to buy some stuff, but I don't know what I'm going to buy. It's random day. And I love these days. So I asked Dan, like, what you reading, man? Like, not Dan, I'm sorry, Matt. What you reading? You got something you can recommend? You know, get me hooked again. Ready for that, you know, that next one. So he says Void Rivals. I'm like, what's that all about? And in his description, he used the word gritty. And that sold me. I love dark. I love gritty. He said it was kind of like a Transformers, more gritty. And that got me in. They have tons of, not tons, they have like, I guess this thing's in its 12th reprinting, maybe 30, I don't know. I haven't been following it, but that tells me people are buying it. And I thought, man, that's cool. And he had some #1 reprints, and I was like, let's look at all of them, and I'll just pick one out. I'm cool with getting a reprint. I don't have to have the original. Man, as long as I get on board and I'm on the ride, it's good to go. So I got this one right here. Not sure who the artist is. We were both kind of wondering that. I wanted to say Stoko when I saw it, but I don't think that's it. I've seen Transformers do some of these where they're highly detailed. You know, they don't have it here. I'll look it up and throw it up on the screen. Give that cred. But yeah, love black and white, highly detailed things. And one other point, like on highly detailed stuff, I'm going to give it the Gerb just because Matt suggested it. Highly detailed things like this seems to me, and I don't know if it's just I have an appreciation for the effort, but when things are super highly detailed, like it took them a long time to do it, I don't know, it just looks good. I don't know if that's just an appreciation for the effort or it really does look good. All right, man, let's get into this. Total variety. There's got to be something in here for everybody. And I'll hit you with a little 90s. This actually isn't 90s, but it's a guy from the 90s. Liefeld. Totally dig Liefeld. He is a great artist, storyteller, character creator, all-around comic guy. I did not get into Snake Eyes. I'm totally into G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Real American Hero right now. Hama is a great writer. He's killing it. And Kubert doing the covers for the Real American Hero. Those are good. And the artwork on both of them are good. Totally holds up. So, not sure. Okay. Story and art, Rob Liefeld. I'm excited. Like I said, this is new to me. Didn't get into it when it first came out, but that was a lot. I think this was a time when your boy may have been strapped for cash. 2020. No, I wasn't hardcore at that time. When I say hardcore, 2020 for me was, I still had most of my collection unorganized, desperately needed to be rebagged and board and categorized. And 2020, I was not doing that. I think 2022 I did that, but I was a real casual reader and real frugal about what I bought. Now I'm not. Now I'll drop the money, but it's good. It's all good. Like this week, I'm not flexing or bragging, but I spent over $200 on comics this week. I did make 3 trips to the local comic shop. I'm doubling up on a lot of books, and I'm totally glad I'm doing it. But it was a heavy week. I just love buying comics. I love having them too. It's a great hobby, and it is a great time to be a comic book lover. So, my guy Alan totally got me into the Star Wars kick. I have a bunch of Star Wars comics. I need to organize them, kind of see where I'm at. And I asked him, you know, what would you recommend? And he threw out Bounty Hunters. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on the ride. I found a Lee Bermejo cover, and I love his covers, man. He's really matured throughout the years. Oh, dude, check out that artwork. Okay. I'm digging it. Like, I haven't even cracked this open yet. Paola Venanelli. It's got to be Italian, man. Those Italians, man, they crank out some great artists. Ethan Sachs, writer. Okay, so this is gonna be a new trip for me, and I'm excited. Alan, you know, welcome to the channel. Made him a shout out video. I always like doing stuff like that. He's a serious, you know, his login name is actually, I believe it's Star Wars fan #1. It's true. You want to talk Star Wars? Hit him up. I'll probably hit him up some more. Tap that knowledge, but I'm totally going to read that. Glad I have it. And you know, this brings back a fantastic memory. When Empire Strikes Back came out, the whole, God, it must have been like, what, 60 seconds that they showed the bounty hunters that they were trying to hunt down Han Solo. And just those characters, that brief moment in a movie really sparked my imagination as a kid. And it was fantastic. And as the years have gone by, it's even more of a fantastic thing. Just that little shot. Love it. I just love the variety and diversity of character creation. I mean, Star Wars, it's kind of like X-Men. You can invent, create any type of galaxy, outer space type stuff. I mean, the imagination is endless. But let's keep going. Deathlok, a little different for the channel. I have some Deathlok comics. Totally love this cover. That's why I got it. I love the muted colors. I just love the picture. So here's my thing. Is that Deathlok? Or is that a new person? Joe Casey, all right. Leonardo Manco on the... Oh, I love stuff like this. Like a movie. Totally dig when they bring in some cinematic type flavor. All right. I'm digging this art. The fade effect. Man, I have to see what this is about. I actually have the one where he fights the clown, and I thought that was such a great issue because just having the clown as a character from the circus. Shout out to Hulk. Way back when. And it was a really interesting, like I still have it, it's an interesting comic. And an interesting character. Clowns always make interesting stuff. Here we have the Creech. I saw this. They have an area in Speeding Bullet Comics. If you're ever in there, you got to check it out. It's way in the back. It's always back issues, and there's always a variety in there. And you can't lose with the variety. So I saw the Creech. I knew this was a 90s, another one of your 90s creations. And your boy had to check it out. I didn't get into this one. Capullo, great artist. So let's see how he does writing. Oh, I totally love writing like this, like a vision of death. Greg Capullo and Image Comics presents The Creech, Book 1. Look at that fancy lettering, cool. And then you get a crack of lightning. Pretty good. There's a lot too comics with setting up, storyboarding, and coming up with stuff like that. Just that little thing right there. Just that and that. That's great. Really has a cinematic flavor. Nothing's an accident in comics. It's all, there's planning, the creative process would totally, man, I would love to be a fly on the wall for some of these. Let's get the little, oh, wow. So yeah, that's pretty fantastic. Totally interested to see what the power sets are, how this guy, you know, or thing comes to be. 90s are great. Me and Matt were talking about it at the comic shop, and what a great time to be in comics. There was a lot of different than stuff. That's a big expression I use. You're either bigger than, smaller than, or you're different than. And the different than ran wild in the 90s. Totally love it. This one right here just caught my eye. And that name, Neal Adams. Quite the name. Let's check this out. And we talked about Deadman as well. And Deadman is such an interesting character. I was talking to Matt, like, can you imagine just making that up? Like, it's a guy that's dead and he can possess bodies. And he created a story like that. And he mentioned that it would be a good TV show. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It's like, it could be sort of like Quantum Leap-ish. And it could be a huge detective story with the origin where, you know, he's murdered and he could be trying to solve his murder in a detective style. And you could even sprinkle in some heroes from the DC universe. You could even do a little Batman. That would be brave and bold. Would love to see it. So yeah, Neal Adams. I've never read this, and the cover's like, it's raised. That's interesting. You can feel, it's cool, man. I'm very tactile with my hands. I love the feel of paper and pages. That's why I have to have the books. Digital won't work for me, but. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this offering from Neal Adams is all about. And if I like it, and I think I will, I'll get the rest of the series. You know, that's kind of how that dabbling works. That's why I love going to the shop. I used to be so introverted. I still am. It is so hard to talk with new people. And growing up, I was horrible at it. Just didn't care. But it's important because you don't want to be a loner your whole life. I'm telling you, man, that kitchen gets lonely sometimes. But it's good to talk to people. You learn stuff, you make friends, you get turned on to new stuff. Now, Karate Kid. This one caught my attention. I know I don't have the story. I have a few Karate Kids where he has a certain technique to combat Superboy. It's a certain type of karate. I don't know what he called it. It has a name, but I was so intrigued when I heard about it and was doing a little research on it, and I don't know if this is one of those. Man, if you're a Legion fan, I know there's a bunch of y'all out there, man. Like, put it in the comments. I'm curious. I could do the easy thing, Google it up, but I like to interact with you guys. I love these old Legion type books. Yeah, he's fighting Superboy. I wonder if this is it. A little modified judo can go a long ways. All right, this is interesting. Karate Kid, here we go. Interplanetary fighting techniques. I don't know, maybe this is it, but I'm totally into that stuff. Love the Legion of Superheroes. I know a lot of people, I don't know about a lot. It's a mixed bag, right, for some people, but I love the variety of heroes and just the aliens. I would think that would really be the way it is in the superhero world totally got to read that, if there were aliens and planets and we interacted and you had like a superhero platform and like the strongest on the planet. Like Cosmic Boy is a perfect example. He is everyone on his planet has the ability to control metal, but his is like a freakish high level. So he's an outlier. So I think it's cool. I always dug that kind of stuff. Boom, we got Heat. Your boy is delving back into Legends of the Dark Knight, and I totally love it. Now I'm going to show a book I bought online and kind of give you the deets on how I do some of my online and LCS shopping. If the LCS doesn't have the copies, I fill in with mycomicshop.com. It's cool. Like, they had number 3 there, and I went ahead and picked it up. And I'm very intrigued with the Catman being villainous. Like, he is extremely evil from what I was reading. And the whole Freddy Krueger claw totally drew your boy in a little bit more. So I'm very intrigued, and I've done a lot of reviews with Legends of the Dark Knight, and this series does not disappoint. I was shocked that this is something that I've missed totally throughout the years. But you know what? That's the beauty of comics. It's there for me to get. So there's 3 issues. We'll see what goes on with the review. My reviews, I'm going to change the format. I want to bring a little more excitement for you guys. I want more than just the turn the page and, you know, the analysis deep. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't think I'm just reading the story to you guys, but it's like, it kind of feels that way sometimes. So the format is changing, and I'm excited about that. Gonna make it more dynamic. Now, this isn't a comic book, but I had to throw this in. This is The Cave of Time. Edward Packard. When these books came out, oh, they were hot, super hot. I believe it was the early 80s. Yeah, 1979. They call it a game book. Well, it's a choose your own adventure. If you know, you know. If you're younger and you're curious, you read the story and then it gives you a choice. Do you want to do this or do that? And sometimes the choice leads you to a page that is not very good, and sometimes it is good. Totally enjoy. I had a ton of those books. Wish I still had them, but you know what? They do something like that, your boy gets on it. So LCS run, totally love it, and get that outro.